Okay, guys, look, I know that we're a little bit down on confidence just now, and it's been about a month since we won a game, which isn't great, let's be fair. And, the points in the league are only 6 points up now. But you are still the same team that knocked PSG out of the Champions League. So we've got 2 home games here. Let's get up there, win the league, and that way I don't get labelled a bottler because you stuffed it up. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Queen of the South. It is Season 11, Episode 15 today, and today, in theory, is the day that we win the Premiership or retain our Premiership trophy. But as you can see, club atmosphere is not great. Now, we're playing at home against Celtic and Ross County, so it's not easy, and we'll have an update of the league table in just a second. But, yeah. We have got very poor form. We haven't won a game for over a month now, though that game was at home to Paris Saint-Germain, so it's not a bad game to have won. We've had a couple of draws in there as well, and a penalty shootout win in the Scottish Cup semi-final against Celtic. And if we're looking for reasons for those losses in the league, obviously we've been playing some weakened teams, so we could go and send our strongest team out to lose to Chelsea. So there's reasons. We can make excuses, which I love to do, as you know, but those stop now. We have to get this done. If we look at the league table, 6 points ahead of Rangers and Celtic. Now, as we play Celtic at home, Rangers are going to be playing Ross County. Now, Ross County can technically still win the league, can they, with 9 points to play for? But it's unlikely. It's Rangers and Celtic that we're worried about. We've already lost to Rangers, so if we can avoid defeat against Celtic, and if Ross County can do us a favour against Rangers, then we'll all but have this sealed up ahead of our game against Ross County, and hopefully that will be that. So let's go and get straight into it. We've missed nothing. We've come straight back since our semi-final defeat in the Champions League to Chelsea. Now we're expecting Celtic to play a 4-2-3-1 formation. Reminder, they do have a new manager recently. And this is a team we're sending out. It is a Bursik in goal. It is Muros, it's Bukiano Walker, and Emma Russo. Now, Emma Russo is tied, but as we know, we don't have Ayrton right now, so he's just going to have to kind of suck it up for us. It's Mashagi and Almarez in midfield. It's Makreyev, Bermudez, and Stankic. Ali Spence against his former team goes up top. The bench is Perez, Babaradu, Rojas, Mihai, Bol, Arkvik, and Johnny Angus. Okay, so we can see the team sheets there. We've got our captain back in the starting lineup for this one. It's not, to be honest, I mean, Callum Doyle was a decent player that I looked at signing, 5-6 seasons ago. If he's starting for Celtic, it does say something. Now, I think we're fed up about recent bad form. Go out there and end it. Celtic have won 4 of their last 5 games. If we perform at our best, let's do that. We can beat them here. We know we can beat them because we've done it before, though just not in the cups very often. But this isn't a cup game, it's a league game. All right, and here we go. We've just got to get this done now this season. Like I say, I think the issue that we've had is losing the league games where we probably shouldn't have, but with weaker teams, and that's just affected the morale. And they're not winning in Europe, obviously. It's just been a bit of a downward spiral that we need to finish here. We've got some defending to do. Can we do it? Walker's there. Walker heads it away. Hopefully having him on the field, our club captain will just help. Makreyev's done brilliantly to win that back. Stankic is there. We go shorter to Makreyev, though. And let's see if he can pick out Ali Spence getting forward. Emma Russo, Almarez. Almarez to Stankic. Back to Makreyev. Makreyev! Oh, it's hit the crossbar. It was a good opportunity, but Makreyev just couldn't quite finish it. Now, speaking of Makreyev, we will be voting on your Viewers Player of the Year in between the 2 games, sort of that usual place. And so just make sure you don't miss that. Motherwell has taken the lead against Aberdeen. Now, of course, Motherwell is who we are facing in the Scottish Cup final. That will be next episode. Rangers have taken the lead against Ross County, so that puts our gap back to potentially 3 points if we were to lose here. Obviously, the plan is not to lose in a minute. Makreyev wins it back. Ali Spence against his former team. Keeps possession nicely. Almarez, Bermudez, Stankic to Makreyev. Makreyev, second time of asking. How cool was that finish? And it is his 30th goal of the season. And that's a winger that's never played as anything other than a winger. That is brilliant. I mean, that is Ronaldo-esque, like back in the day when he was, he was a winger that just couldn't stop scoring. And, I mean, he's not playing particularly wide there, to be fair. But it's just, what a signing he has been. Can you imagine if we get to the end of season awards and he doesn't win the Golden Pen? Technically, I guess we signed him last season, but he had to go out on loan to get his work permit. So maybe he's not eligible. Mashagi brilliantly positioned there. Again to Makreyev. Ali Spence is lurking in the middle. Ali Spence against his former club. But, well, he actually did quite well there. It was not easy, and he did get a shot away. We've got a corner. Makreyev into the middle. It's headed away. Stankic will get there, will he? No. But the highlight comes to an end. I'm a little bit concerned about Amoruso. My kind of plan is, once we've run him into the ground, we'll play Muros over there and bring Rojas off the bench. Now we've got a free kick here in a dangerous position. That's hit the crossbar as well. So it's 1 each for us on that front. Ross County has equalised against Rangers. And it might be a half-time case for Amoruso here, which is fine if we give a half to him, a half to Rojas. Rojas is still a little bit tired from the Chelsea games as well. Cross goes in. It's over Stankic. He'll keep it in for us. Uses Muros. All the way back we go to Bukiano. And Mashagi Bukiano. Now, of course, the important thing about getting a win here, as much as anything, is just to boost up. Oh, and Makreyev again, just over. It's just to boost up the morale of just generally. I've gone around and we've sort of been praising people's conduct and all that. Ross County now in front against Rangers. And away from home as well. Which doesn't bode well for their trip to Palmerston Park in the second game here. But that's been pretty good, I would say. Don't allow complacency to creep in. We'll make that change at right back because you can see he's tired. He's playing well as he always does, Amoruso, but he is tired. Do we look to use Muros? Is there an inverted fullback? Is that a thing? No, it's only inverted wingback, so we'll just leave it at that. And we will fist pump and tell them all to go out there and make the difference. And on we go. All right. It would be good to see Ali Spence get a goal against his former team here. As I think I mentioned, I mean, he has got goals. It's not like he hasn't scored for us yet, but I think he's got like 2 hat-tricks against the weaker teams, and Walker's just given away a penalty. Come on, Bursic. Eastham to take. Bursic. Oh, can't get to that one. Let's give it a focus. We are back to 1-1. Now, thankfully for us, Ross County beating Rangers means Celtic will be our nearest opponent in the table, and they'll be 4 points back. Makreyev to take a free kick. It's a decent one. It's headed away, though. Bermudez should keep that in. Here we go. Bukiano to Alvarez. Back to Bukiano. Forward to Stankic. Stankic to Ali Spence. Oh, it's blocked. It's headed back. Decent defending. Now, is that the highlight? Or is it about to get a whole lot worse for us here? Mashagi to Rojas to Alvarez. Here we go again coming forward. Ali Spence twisting and turning. Alvarez, oh, can't find the pass. And this has got me a little bit sick. Oh dear. Stop it, Stankic. Cross comes in. Over Bukiano. Oh, and Bursic is there. Oh, come on, guys. Come on. We've got an attacking throw. Rojas to Stankic. Bermudez. Back to Rojas. Alvarez. Alvarez to Walker. Bukiano is forward. And Makreyev wins that down there. Here we go, Spence. Makreyev again. He's got Muros on his outside. He uses him. Muros, left foot cross to Stankic. And Stankic gets his 13th of the season. And it's 2-1. We're back in front. And that was very, very nicely done indeed. Just probing away on the edge of the area there. Makreyev did well. Uses Muros. Of course, his left foot cross comes in. And Stankic waiting for it at the back post. And I really hope we can get Stankic back next season. We've got to try and he's still not happy with his game time. So we've got to try and obviously fix that before the end of the season with 2 other league games and a cup final to go. As he delivers a cross there for Makreyev. Makreyev goes back and it is punched away only as far as Stankic, and a boo it is. That blocks the shot. It's hacked away into Rosed. And we go again. Rojas with the throw. to Bermudez. Bermudez plays it back in there for Alvarez. Stankic, can he turn and shoot? It's there for Alvarez! Oh, it's crossbar again. We don't have much luck in front of goal at times, do we? It's that, I mean, you could argue that's just poor finishing, but if the crossbar, you're kind of in the right realm of where you need to be, aren't you? Let's try demanding more. Bucchiano is looking nervous. Who's our backup? Bubba Adu is the backup on the bench. He's also looking anxious, so we're probably better off just sticking with what we have there. Stankic over a free kick. Back post. Bucchiano is there, and it's saved onto the crossbar that time, I think, before being cleared behind. Makreyev now with the corner. Can he find a teammate? It's right into the middle. It's headed away, and Rojas will get to it. Uses Bucchiano, and that ends that highlight. Another corner. Makreyev again to take. Again, it's into a good area. Again, it's headed away. This time, though, Celtic pick it up. Can Bermudez just foul him, mate? Just foul him. Muros is there as well. And Celtic keep coming forward. Can Rojas stop the cross coming in? He can't. Bucchiano's there. Bucchiano heads it away. Spence picks it up. Wide for Stankic. Stankic back to Spence. Look at that. Nicely overdone there for Rojas. Back to Alvarez, to Ali Spence. Makreyev's in. Makreyev's in. Makreyev has missed. Well, that was a chance, wasn't it? And we've got a Celtic highlight now. Can we win this back? Oh, it's open. It's this game. It's really opened up. Rojas with a defensive header out there to Stankic. That was oh, Bucchiano. £40 million. What a waste of money Bucchiano is. I mean, what are you doing? What are you doing? Is he offside? It's close, but... Is he not offside? Ref, I feel like that was offside. Let's encourage them. This is not going to help morale. I wonder if that's just a confidence thing with Bucchiano. And I'm sure just dragging him off. Literally storming on the pitch, just grabbing his collar and dragging him onto the bench. It's probably not helping that, but don't be an idiot and I won't do that to you. Oh, and it's a draw. 6-0. Motherwell has beaten Aberdeen. So they're in form coming into the final. But, well, somehow we've managed to lose that game. A penalty and a gift. And that is, yeah, the title race goes on. And you think, too, how many times did we hit? There was 3 times we hit the crossbar. Rangers drew as well. So in the end, the gap is still 6 points. And there is now 2 games to play. We've got a superior goal difference. Don't get smashed by 5 or 6 by Ross County. And this should be done. So spoils shared as Spence and Celtic renew acquaintances. We've qualified now officially for the Champions League with a top 3 finish. Our initial budget is 18.6 mil or 1.6 million, and the wage budget goes up a little bit as well. So that's all nice and good. Guys, wait right there. We will be back to hopefully finally seal this title. Okay, welcome back. It is now time for you to vote on your Viewers Player of the Year. And I thank everybody who nominated. We had a lot of players that were nominated. The way that we've done it is basically the 4 with the highest average match rating is what I've had to do. There was obviously a rich array of different players because we've been, a lot of good players this season. So in alphabetical order, the first man is Alvarez. 3 goals, 12 assists, and an average match rating of 7.19 for him. The second man is Makreyev, 30 goals this season, 13 assists and an average match rating of 7.9. The next man is Stankic, who doesn't look like he'll be coming back next season. 13 goals, 7 assists and an average match rating of 7.25. And the final man is the captain, the centre-back, Walker. He has 4 goals, 0 assists, and an average match rating of 7.44. So as ever, there'll be a link down the top of the description below. Click on that. It'll take you through to a straw poll. Vote for your favourite player who you think has been our best player this season. And we will announce the winner, I should say, at next episode's, and this is going well, end of season awards. You know what happens. We'll do the awards next episode. Now, as we get ready to face Ross County, we have potentially a historic moment because Makreyev is 4 goals behind Conan Ong as our top ever scorer in a single season. Ong had 34 in the league, and was that overall? Goals in a season, it says, not necessarily in the league. So he needs 4, basically, in the last 3 games to break that record. And would anybody bet against him? Certainly not me. He is brilliant. Although, if we do happen to win the league here, he possibly won't play against Aberdeen because we'll keep him fresh for the final of the Scottish Cup. But anyway, that is that. Now let's have a look and see what we are doing here against Ross County. We're expecting a 4-3-2-1 formation from them. This is a team we're sending out. It's Burstik in goal. It's Rojas, Adu, Walker, and Emaruso. We're going to put Bukiano on the bench. He's just not playing well, so we'll give him a break. It's Mashagi and Mihai in midfield. Makreyev, Bermudez, and Stankic, with Ali Spence once again going up top. Now, a little bit of news to catch you up on. Johnny Angus. Now, his contract is up at the end of next season. He is refusing to negotiate an extension because of the interest in him. Now, there is some big clubs there, granted. I mean, I don't really want to lose him for nothing, so I'm thinking he may have to be off in the summer if he's not willing to renegotiate. So, yeah, that's a bit of a spanner in the works. And the other spanner in the works is Stankic. Now, he is happy with his game time now, but Man United don't want to loan him back out because they want to play him in their first team, which is maybe fair enough, but still frustrating because he could have been the direct replacement for in the squad for Angus. Then we could have got another left winger in, or we wouldn't even maybe need one because Arkvik can play out there and so can Gary Turpie. So, yeah, that is 2 spanners in the works coming into for next season anyway, but let's not worry about next season now. Let's worry about winning this title. Okay, so we can see the team sheets there. There are some, as I've said every time, there are some good players in this Ross County side these days, but there's some good players in Queen of the South as well, isn't there? All right, so let's just ignore the recent praise, go out there, play without pressure as always, or do we go with recent form standings? Let's raise our game to their level. And, I mean, this is the first in the form. This is a very good Ross County side these days. And here we go. Now, if you look at the actual Premiership form table, we are 9th. So we are in shocking form, albeit, you know, I mean, there's Ross County's form, which is decent. Yeah, I mean, we've just got to, if we don't lose this game, that's it. We just need a draw, and that will be enough. It would be kind of funny if Ross County beat us, because then they might actually knock out either Rangers or Celtic. But I don't, from the Champions League. Top 3, of course, is Champions League qualification now, but I just want this title done and dusted. I don't want it going down to the final day. If for nothing else, it'll really ruin up my schedule for the end of the season. So, yeah, ideally, that won't be the case. Here we go, Mihai. Down there for Spence, who just can't quite get past the defender there. Ball forward, Bubba Adu. Now, one thing we do have with Adu and Walker at the back is 2 absolute towers. Stankic is in! Stankic! Into the goalkeeper's hands. But a promising start that for us. Let's encourage. And yeah, I mean, we obviously, even if we were to draw our way to the league, or, you know, lose and still manage to have enough points on the board, we actually do need to make sure we have a little bit of positive morale, if nothing else, going into the Scottish Cup final, because we've struggled against Motherwell in the past. And we don't want to be going in with absolutely no form whatsoever. There's a header for Makreyev and a second attempt there. Was it by Spence or was it a defender heading it back? Which is very, very coolly done if it is. Can we win that header, please? We can. Spence to Stankic. Stankic gets it tackled away, but Bermudez wins it back. Bermudez to Spence. Back to Bermudez! And Omar Bermudez, our first goal of the season. Of course, he had most of it on the sidelines with his doing his ACL and his knee. But that was very, very nicely done indeed. And Ali Spence, we brought him to score goals, but he played a very big role in setting one up here. Look at this pass. Absolutely brilliant. Perfectly weighted. And Omar Bermudez making no mistake there. We are 1-0 up. And Ross County now need 2 goals in order to deny us the league title today. Now, what's happened? We've got a knock for Rojas, so we'll bring on Muros. That's fine. My plan, if we do manage to get the league wrapped up here in the Aberdeen game, is I'm not going to just play the kids, but there'll be it'll be a rotated side again. It'll be hopefully a team that is strong enough to get the result for us, because we need to get the result here first of all, and Walker heads that away. But yeah, it'll be things like players who are maybe lacking a little bit of sharpness ahead of the cup final. So someone like Johnny Angus, who's been on the bench for a few games, we'll start him. We'll start Arkvik and anybody else. Stankic. I was just about to say can't miss, but he proved me wrong. Now, I think Stankic does have a release fee of 100 million. Now, Adu's picked up an injury, has he as well? Even if for whatever reason we are able to afford that, I'm not going to pay 100 million for Stankic. I mean, he's good, but he's not 100 million good. I don't think that's a controversial thing to say. So, yeah, if we can loan him back in, I will, obviously. There's a good ball for Ali Spence, and Ali Spence can find the back of the net. It's his 23rd of the season. Now, of course, a lot of those weren't necessarily with us. Quite a few of those are with Celtic. But finally, in a bigger game, he has found the back of the net. And Mihai did brilliantly, didn't he? What an assist. Well, it's not quite an assist for Mihai. The Stankic pass was, again, perfectly weighted. And I don't understand what's happened to Adu. Has he got a kick in the shins? It wasn't offside, so that doesn't matter. Adu pulled knee ligaments. Okay, so we'll get him to half-time and we'll have to bring on Bukiano. Hopefully, that's not going to be too serious. We want to say don't get complacent. Go out there and prove whatever it is you need to prove. And Bukiano will need to come on for Adu. He'll go back to play on the cover. And well, that's 2 subs that we've made now, so we don't really have we have a third sub, but I don't want to make all our subs before we're coming into the second half. We've got a highlight here, Muros with a throw. Cross to Makreyev. It's a little bit wide even for Makreyev. I think Emma Russo is there. He pulls it back. Mihai to Mashagi. All the way back we go to Walker. Again, Mihai. To Stankic. Stankic has a goal, and Stankic hits the crossbar. Well, that would have been a late contender for goal of the season, wouldn't it? Makreyev with a corner now. Ball in. It's a good one to the back post, but it's away. Bermudez is there. Mashagi. If we can get a third goal here early in the second half, surely we can start counting our trophies. Because are we going to concede 4? Makreyev, that goes down. That's a penalty. Bermudez will take it. And, I mean, there's an argument to say Makreyev should take it for the all-time record, and Bermudez proving that Makreyev should have taken it. Let's just give it a focus after that. We don't want heads to sink. A third goal would have been very, very nice indeed, though, meaning Ross County needed 4 to deny us the title. Still, we play on. Nice little flick there from Emma Russo. Makreyev, forward for Spence. Spence to Mihai. Mihai to Makreyev. Makreyev is in. Makreyev hits the post. How many times are we going to hit the post this episode? Unbelievable. We've been doing chance conversion training. We're doing more of it ahead of Aberdeen and then even more ahead of the cup final. We can't possibly do any more. Now, we've got Mashagi looking tired on a booking. So on the hour mark, we could probably just about make the change. I think what we'll do is we'll bring on Alvarez, switch Mihai around. That's fine. Hopefully Mihai doesn't get himself sent off. I don't know if a sending off here would mean no cup final. I don't know if... because I think in England it carries over, doesn't it? It's just domestic competitions rather than individual competitions. I'm not 100% sure. I should probably look that up, to be honest. And, well, there's a goal back. So that's not ideally what we wanted. Let's give it a demand more. It's 2-1. And yeah, they just kind of picked us apart a bit there. I'm not quite sure why Bermudez is in the back line and playing people onside, but there we go. And, well, let's hope that we are not now going to go and throw this all away. Bukiano booked. Bukiano and only playing a 6.5 again. His morale is particularly low, even compared to, let's give them some praise, even compared to the rest of the squad. So I do wonder if some of his issue is just confidence. But we've had 22 shots, 8 on target to their 1. It's another one of these games that shouldn't even be close. Yet, here we are. Let's praise them again. Let's try and keep things positive. We're coming towards the end. We're into stoppage time. Let's go and close this thing down now. Defensive fullbacks. Lower the tempo down. We will be just wasting time, being more disciplined, playing for set pieces. I said it before, the reason I play for set pieces is because obviously when you have a set piece, good opportunity to waste time. So that's the thought process behind that. Everything else there looks absolutely fine, and considering that we can't actually change anything with subs, it'll have to do. We've got a goal kick here. If we can just play it forward. There we go. Mihai. A lot of space, isn't there, for us in midfield? And Maruso comes forward. He plays in Makreyev. Can Makreyev whip in across now? Spencer's lurking. It's behind for a corner. That's absolutely fine. We're into stoppage time, and we can now waste some of that. They're counting down the clock. We're into the final few minutes. Is this going to happen? It's going to happen in that we win the league, because they're not going to score 3 or 2 or whatever they needed to do. We have won the Premiership. We've retained our trophy, and it's not been easily done. But it's a game that we definitely deserve to win. The XG, of course, is boosted by the missed Bermudez penalty. But well done, boys. Pressure's off now. We can look forward to the cup final. So there it is. Rangers actually lost. So that takes a very interesting final game of the season, because if Rangers were to lose again and Ross County win, then Ross County would jump up into 3rd in Champions League qualification. But that means that we're confirmed as winners, and Celtic are now confirmed, are they, as 2nd place more or less with goal difference. But there we go, Queen of the South win the Premiership. It is the 2nd time in a row, is it not, that we've won that? We won it last year, yeah, so we win it again this year. Rojas is a bruised ankle, so that's fine. The board are delighted with the progress we're making, and now what happened to Baba Adu? We can see there 2 times in a row now that we've won it. 3 times in the last 5 seasons. That's looking good as well, isn't it? Now Baba Adu, he picked up a knock, did he not? He's fine, apparently. Okay, so that's good. Well, that will do it for today. Then if you have enjoyed that, make sure you hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. We've got there in the end. A 2-2 draw against Celtic, a 2-1 win against Ross County. That'll get us across the line. We'll be back next time for the Scottish Cup final against Motherwell. Now, our record against Motherwell recently is not great. If you look at past meetings, we would need to go, that's the older ones, isn't it? Yes, we need to go down to the bottom here. And, well, we have lost 3 of our last 5 games against them. So, they're our bogey side recently, and it's not as easy as you would think it would be, potentially. But anyway, that is all for next time. As I said, if you've enjoyed it, thumbs up, subscribe if you're new. Don't forget to go and vote for your Viewers Player of the Year. And I'll see you suited and booted for a cup final next time. Take care.